Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Fire crews in Hawley, Minnesota are calling extra agencies for more water and manpower as they work on taking down a house fire. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Here is a live look of the scene right now. It's happening at 190th Street South, which is just west of Hawley and south of Highway 10. So here's what we know so far. The call came in at 4:30, and at that time, smoke was coming from the roof. Within just a short 10 minutes, reports came in of flames coming from the home. One person had to be rescued from that home, and we do have a crew on the scene, so stick with Valley News Live for updates on this breaking story. Now on to a developing story out of Thief River Falls. The community of Thief River Falls is dealing with the tragic loss of a 7-year-old boy. Anthony Fellman was struck by a minivan and killed while crossing a highway to get to a school bus. The driver of the minivan that struck Fellman was a 69-year-old woman of Plummer, Minnesota. She was not injured. It happened here on Highway 59, just 7 miles south of Thief River Falls at 7 o'clock this morning. The school bus was rolling to a stop by the Fellman family's driveway, and it's not known yet why Anthony Fellman was on the other side of the road from his bus and home when he had crossed the road and was hit. It's a tragedy they're just starting to heal with at Challenger Elementary School, where Anthony was a second grader.
In talking with some of his teachers and people that knew him, talked about him having a personality that's larger than life. Really had an infectious personality and just really was a great young man to be around.
The patrol doesn't know whether the bus's stop arm and flashing lights were on when the accident happened. Meanwhile, the investigation of the accident continues. No charges have been filed. We'll have much more on this story on Valley News Live at 6. Police are hunting for 2 people after shots were fired and a man assaulted near UND's campus in Grand Forks this morning. The suspects are described as a white man around 5'10", weighing 200 to 220 pounds, and along with a muscular black man around 250 pounds, 6'5", tall, wearing a gray jacket. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson was on the scene and shows us what happened.
Just after 2 a.m., police responded to a call of shots fired. A few minutes later, police were flagged down on the street by a man who said he'd found 2 men inside his home here at 320 Cambridge Street. The victim says he was punched in the face by one of those men inside his home.
Was in the common area. Victim went out into the common area, heard some sound out there, and found 2 people out in the entryway there.
Police also found at least 2 bullet holes in the back of the house, one through the back door window and another one nearby. The rental home for UND students is just a block north of the law school, but it is not on UND property. Now, I was able to talk with a couple of young men who were living at this house. They said they were sleeping upstairs when all this happened, and both of them were visibly shaken. One of them told me he has no idea what was going on. Any idea of motivation for this? The guy just walked in on a burglary in progress?
You know, right now, again, this early in the investigation, it's still something that we're trying to piece together. Right now, we don't think it was a random act. We think there was some type of relationship there. We're just trying to determine what that was.
The man who was assaulted in this case was treated and released from Altru Hospital with a facial injury. He told police that he'd never seen the suspects before. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
In the meantime, police say it does not appear the suspects in this case pose any danger to the general public. If you have any information about this case, you are asked to contact them. Another chilly one out there today, but at least we got some sunshine. Let's send it over to meteorologist Robert Hahn for a look outside. Robert?
Yeah, partly sunny skies in many areas, some increasing clouds from the south as we go through this evening, and look for a very cold night across the entire region as we head towards tomorrow morning. Right now, 41 degrees in Langdon, 44 Devils Lake. It's 50 here in Fargo, 51 up in Grand Forks. A bit breezy out there, but not as windy as yesterday. So all in all, not too bad. Those winds will slowly subside tonight, but then kick back up again as we head through the day tomorrow. There are all those clouds increasing from the south, and underneath those clouds, we are seeing a bit of precipitation. Could see some rain showers in our far southeastern counties this evening and into tonight, and then tomorrow could even see a few flakes of snow in a few areas. We'll have more on that here in just a few minutes. Here in Fargo, I think we stay dry as we head through this evening. Temperatures dipping down into the mid-40s by the 8 o'clock hour and at 9 o'clock hour. A frosty night tonight for the Fargo-Moorhead area, and Even colder off towards the west. Freeze warning for most of the state. Frost advisory for much of northwest Minnesota. We'll have more on that, as well as a look at the chance for a few flakes of snow and a look at Hurricane Matthew as well in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Robert. Hurricane Matthew, as Robert mentioned, is getting closer to the East Coast tonight. It's already being blamed for more than 100 deaths as it's pushed through the Caribbean. Authorities from Florida through the Carolinas are now warning millions of residents that the time to get ready is running out. Evacuation orders are in effect from Florida through the Carolinas, and hundreds of thousands have moved to higher ground for those who plan to ride it out. Supplies and fuel are running out. The current track shows Matthew just off the shoreline this evening and continuing its violent run up the eastern seaboard through the weekend. New for you at 5, a surveillance tape that was released today shows a part of the stabbing rampage that happened at a St. Cloud mall last month. As a warning to all viewers, the video you are about to see is a bit graphic. In this videotape, you can see the stabber enter a store, chase the employee around for a couple of seconds, and then stab the victim in what appears to be the back when they're on the floor. This in the investigation into the attacks carried out by Dahir Adan, who was fatally shot by an off-duty police officer in the midst of his rampage. FBI special agents confirmed that Adan had been radicalized either by extremist groups or himself. Also, reports released today say ISIS is carrying out more soft targets. An article in an ISIS magazine says ISIS is calling on Islamists to carry out knife attacks in areas such as alleys, forests, and quiet neighborhoods. The article even goes so far to say they will be seeking out children. At this time, the Ransom County Sheriff's Office is still investigating a shooting that happened in Enderlin, North Dakota last night. We know that a young male was shot in the leg with a .22 rifle and was taken to a hospital right here in Fargo. The other person involved is also under the age of 18. It happened in an alley outside of a home, and the sheriff says it appears the shooting was an accident. The North Dakota BCI is assisting in the investigation. How fast can your thumbs move? Fast enough to save your life? Call if you can, text if you can't. That's the message from the Red River Regional Dispatch Center now that text to 911 is up and running all across the state. It's a service that's only 10% of dispatch centers nationwide have. But as Valley News Team's Bradford Eric shows us, the system has some possibly life-endangering limitations.
I do think that it's a good idea. It would definitely be beneficial in certain situations.
I think it's a good idea because, it's more relevant for millennials today. I feel like response time will be a lot faster.
I think that's a good idea. If you are in a dangerous situation and can't make a noise, or if you want to keep it on the quieter end, then sending a text is easy.
NDSU students say they're on board with texting 911, but here in the border town of Fargo, a word of caution. It might not work.
Minnesota does not have text to 911 enabled. They're going to do it as a statewide initiative as well.
Which means if you ping off a tower across the river in Minnesota, it won't go through. The idea is to especially help our deaf citizens call for help. But could this further escalate, say, a domestic violence situation?
They're doing it on the sly if they're not able to text or call 911. So that would not be something that, they're reaching out for help. And our dispatchers, to help them, need to ask questions.
Just know, too, that if you're in another part of the state, it's likely your messages are going to come here to Fargo, and then dispatchers relay the message to EMS out there. So calling may be faster. But remember, if you're calling from your cell phone, dispatchers can't find your exact location. The same applies for texting. Right now, I'm told texting 911 provides a general location of where the nearest tower thinks you are. That's why it's important to provide that information in your first message. In Fargo, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Pictures and videos cannot be accepted by the dispatch center yet, and you must have a data or texting plan in order to use this service. The Red River Valley Dispatch Center now takes messages for 17 other areas of the state. We have more information online about this new program. Just click on this story at valleynewslive.com. The Fargo-Moorhead Diversion Project is still on despite objections from the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. At a news conference this morning, Mayor Tim Mahoney shared a story about the flood of 2009 when he and then Mayor Dennis Wallaker were told they needed to evacuate the city.
I don't want anybody to be faced with that decision again in our lives, just because it's such a devastating statement to say, we want you to evacuate your city.
Mahoney also used today's conference to urge a yes vote on the sales tax extension. Voters will decide the fate of that in the general election next month. A man drove through some concrete on 13th Avenue in Fargo this afternoon. This is a picture sent to us by a witness. She says a van was coming from Olive Garden and drove past the cones that were sitting there and got stuck. A backhoe was used to pull the van out of the concrete, and it took about a half hour. Workers spent the afternoon repairing the $4,000 worth of damage. The strong wind and rain this week have pushed back some of the construction on 13th Avenue, but crews are still planning to make one last major traffic shift. It's on track to open late Friday, and right now crews are putting the final touches on the curb, gutter, and intersection work. Here's what will happen when they shift traffic. Crews will be working in the center of the roads, so traffic will move to the outside lanes on either side. There will also be a single westbound lane and 2 lanes of traffic eastbound. Project engineers say they're about 1 month away from finishing up that project. Give your family the perfect day full of fall activities all in one place. The Pumpkin Patch at Dakota Carriage Company is open for families through the end of October. Not only will kids of all ages enjoy picking out the perfect pumpkin, but there's also a petting zoo, horse-drawn brides, and hay bales to climb on, and so much more. The third-generation owners say it's a place to create memories year after year with the whole family.
The biggest comment we get if people have not been here for a couple of years is how drastically it changes. We try to keep adding new and fun attractions every year, so to keep bringing those people back.
They also have a 10-acre non-haunted corn maze every Friday night from 7 to 10 p.m. for just $5 a person. Signs of fraud in the seafood world. What you order off the menu may not be what you're getting. That's still ahead tonight.
Storm system passing off to our south and east will usher in some colder air as we wrap up the week and give parts of the area a chance for some rain and maybe a few flakes of snow. Your forecast details on that, as well as a look at your weekend forecast right after this.